Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another class here with me. I'm Bradford, and today we are going to do some B2 and C1 level learning. Okay, so I'm going to do my best to try not to speak as I have been for the past couple of days. I've been doing some primary school classes, and I tend to slow down a little bit. But I think today I'm going to go straight ahead and as they say, straight no chaser. Yeah, we're going to just keep going, plugging on. Today we're going to review a little bit and we'll go over one grammar point, can, could versus be able to, which some people get hung up on. And also we will look at parts 2 and 4 of the B2 and C1 exams. They are the same style of activity, so it will serve both people who are preparing for the B2 and for people who are preparing the C1. If you have any questions, comments, doubts, whatever, please feel free to jump into the chat and ask me. I will be watching that as we go on. At the end, I will be here. I will stick around for a little bit for any questions or doubts that you may have on topics that are not related to what we did today. Although I would prefer topics related to what we were covering today. Finally, a big shout out and thank you to all of my students here at the Orange Language Academy who are following me, and thank you to everyone who may be new to the channel. If you are, please subscribe, and let's get started. So, as I always do say, sorry, before getting started, I am new to this, so please bear with me. We're going to go over here, and we're going to start our class here. We got our first certificate and our CAE, our advanced certificate exams that we're preparing. Okay, let's see if I just can fix one quick thing. There we go. Okay, so moving on now. Here is our plan for the day. First, I want to do some review of the phrasal verbs that we looked at last week. Then I want to do some speaking activity with you, although in all fairness, our speaking activity is going to be a typing activity, right? Can't really speak in this on this platform, but at least we can interact a little bit, yeah? Then I want to go over the use of English Part 2, which is the gap fill. And finally, we'll go have a look at the modal verb can and could versus be able to, and look at a couple of confusing points there. And finally, the use of English Part 4, okay, which is the sentence transformation. And I know a lot of people have some difficulty with that. All right, so do you remember the phrasal verbs that we did last week? So I see that I've got several people here now watching us. So please say hello in the chat box. Yeah, you don't have to give us your name if you don't want to. You can use an alias or a nickname or whatever. But please feel free to say hello. And let's start talking. Let's see what we can remember from last week. Yeah, we used or we looked at phrasal verbs that started with take. So we had take up, for, in, blah, blah, blah. We had 6. Hello, Rosa. Thanks for coming back. Hello, Irene. Thanks for coming back. Alejandro. Hello, Santi. Hello. Thank you, everybody, for jumping in. So we looked at take, and we looked at 6 particles with take. I believe it was take up, take down, take on, take through, and there's one that's take over, I believe, were the 6 that we looked at. We also looked at come and the same 6 particles and how they were different. And finally, we looked at bring. Okay, so let's refresh our memory a little bit, okay? Let's see how much you can remember. I think in this lesson, I've got 4 practice sessions, and in the practice sessions, I want you to participate, and I want you to jump in and put your answers into the chat box. Now, Because of the way the YouTube is set up, there is a slight delay between what I'm saying in real life, what you're seeing me say, which is about 15 seconds later, and the real life of the chat box, okay? The real time of the chat box. So, excuse me. So I would, I'll wait a little bit, and then you can put the answers in the chat box when you hear the question. All right. So, take, come, and bring. We had, and these are some awesome words. All right. Just had to throw that in there. I thought it was really kind of cool. Here we go. Time to practice. For the first 7, I want you to tell me what word is missing, okay? You can type the number of the sentence that you're going to do and the answer that you think it is, okay? So feel free, dive in, choose any number. Preferably we start with number 1, okay? If you see someone has answered already number 1, then we can move on and do number 2, 3, 4, 5 until we get down to 10. So now is your turn. I want you to start reading the sentences and feel free to shoot number 1 at me anytime you're ready. Okay, so remember, they all have to do with the verbs that we did last week, and they have to do with take, come, and bring. Be careful of tenses as well, okay? If it's in the future, keep it in the future. If it's in the past, and the present. All right? And for all of the other tenses as well, quite frankly. Oh, I'm in the way. I should probably get out of the way. I just noticed that. That happens a lot with me sometimes. I just get in the way. There you go. Now I'm not in the way. Maybe I can go on the other side. And then I'll be out of the way. Let's try that. Hello. All right, I'm back. So I got to go this way. Okay, so Rosa is done number 1, take up. I first took up piano when I was 10. Absolutely, very good. Smashing. Very good, Rosa. All right. Who's got number 2 for me? And number 3. Rosa is on the ball. Rosa was my star last week. Thank you very much for that, Rosa. You were amazing. Chiming in all the time. Santi has... Did the fact that I hate spinach ever come up in your conversation about dinner? Yeah, very good, Santi. Come up. Okay, come up. And I've got the answers here. Took up and come up in your conversation. Excellent. And Santi wasn't even here last week. But I know Santi is going for the C1, so he's got a leg up on a lot of people. All right, what else have we got? If we look, number 3, she was up to respect nature. To respect nature. What have we got? Don't be shy. Don't think, oh, I have to let other people answer. I don't care if 7 of you throw in and start answering all at the same time with the same one. Irene says she was brought up to respect nature. Absolutely. Wonderful, Irene. Very good. She was brought up. She was raised. Raise, levantar, is another synonym of bring up. Okay, I was raised better than this. I was raised to respect my elders. I was raised to respect nature in this way. Yeah. Where were you raised? I was raised in da 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 da. Okay. Were you? As a funny expression, and you please keep answering. I'm talking only to fill the delay. Okay, because I don't want to sit here and just not do anything. Rosa says, take down. Could you please take that horrible poster? Very good, Rosa. Down. That's something that a mom or a dad would say. Yeah, take that poster down. I was saying that raise, there's a funny expression in English where we say, were you raised in a barn? Were you raised in a barn? Yeah, a barn is this very large building on farms where the animals live or where the farmers keep their tractors. Yeah, it's a very large building, usually made of wood, but nowadays they make them from, steel siding or whatever. Were you raised in a barn? Yeah. What are you doing? Like, do you have any manners or civilized sort of way of being? Yeah. Are you an animal? Are you like an animal? Were you raised in a barn? Irene got takedown as well. Rosa beat you to it, but feel free to jump around. Number 5. If we got anybody else that wants to jump in here with number 5. They both down with the flu at the same time. All right, so if you get sick, another phrasal verb to say get sick. Irene is not sure. I like the question mark there, Irene. That was good. She says bring down. Brought down. Okay, is what Santi's saying. He's put it in the past. I like the fact that it's in the past, but no, bring is not the correct. And Rosa says brings. Wow, you guys like bring. No, bring is not the correct verb for this. Okay, so to get sick, it's not bring down. In fact, I'll put you out of your misery. It's come down. She says for the 6. Oh, right. Okay, snap. If you take a paracetamol, it will help you. I got you, Rosa. Okay. It will help. Be careful. Bring down the fever. Not brings, Rosa. Be careful with the S. Okay. It will help bring down the fever. Santi came down. Yes. You got it. Way to go. Sorry, Rosa, I completely blanked on the 6. I didn't even see it. And you put it there. You wrote it. There's nothing I can say. You did a good job. Just watch out for the S, okay? Be careful with the S. Remember, on this part of the exam, and now we're waiting for number 7. Oh, wait, hold on. Rosa answered number 6. Now, on this part of the exam, remember, if you spell the word incorrectly, okay, so Rosa, for example, put brings, that would be incorrect. Hello, Sacha. That would be incorrect. Yeah, if you put the S there, that answer's wrong, okay? Number 7, nobody's answered. Yeah, Irene answered number 7. When the other company takes down, a lot of people will lose their jobs. No, not takes down. And I'm starting to get in the way again. Maybe I make myself smaller. I could come up here. But then I'm a floating head. No, I'll stay down here. Okay. I just made myself smaller. So I'm not in the way of the answers as they're coming in. Sacha, why don't you try and give us some of these phrasal verbs here? We've got some review going on from last week. Oh, look, I'm like right next to, where'd he go? Here, there. I'm like right next to the logo. That's very strange. That feels weird. Okay, where are we? Number 8. Okay, so now you have to come up with the whole phrasal verb for number 8. Oh, no, we didn't do 7. It's take down. No. Takes off, Santi says. When the other company takes off, a lot of people will lose their jobs. Nope. So the key word here is other. Okay, so when the other company begins to operate instead of the current company, okay, so they're going to start the action that another company had started. A lot of times when one company does this to another company, they reduce the work, or they reduced a lot of the workers, because you have a lot of times two people doing the same job in the two companies. Number 8, we have bring back and we have come up. We skipped number 7 though. I'm going to give you number 7 just so that we don't get too far behind. Take over. Remember when one company or when one person or a company or whatever takes over another company, they absorb that company. They take the power from that company and they start, they take that company into their company. Take over. 8, bring back and come up. I can't remember now, but it will bring back and come up. No, Rosa, I need an A. Good try, both of you. Okay, good try, both of you. Yeah, remember, I think you have the right idea that, we can just combine your two answers and we have sort of the answer. Let's give it another shot. Santi, what do you think? Sacha, you haven't given us an answer yet. Maybe Sacha can jump in and do number bring up, come back. Ding, 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 ding. Isabel, very good. Come back to me. Okay, come back to me. It will come back to me. All right. Santi said bring up for number 8. No. All right. It'll come back to me. Yeah, I'll remember in a bit. Remember, to come back to me means to remember. Like, we often use it when you think about, oh, I forgot her name. I'm getting cut off, I think, a lot. I can't remember her name. What was it? It's on the tip of my tongue. Forget it. It'll come back to me in a bit. It'll come back to me in a little bit. Number 10, take down. It's very important that during these lessons you take down Alejandro and Irene at the same time. Yes, very good. It is take down. Jumped over number 9. Anybody got number 9? Put the stereo down. Maytube. Welcome, Maytube. Take back. Absolutely. Good. So in number 9, you can say take back or bring back. Okay, they're synonyms. Okay, so to bring it back to the store or to take it back to the store, both of those mean to return the object that you bought in order to get your money back or to get a new item. Maybe the one you have, you like it, but it's broken or scratched or something doesn't work or something fell off. So you would take it back or bring it back to the store. And they would either give you a new one or give you your money back. And number 10, everybody said take down. Excellent. Great. Okay, so if you have any comments or questions about these phrasal verbs, you can have a look at the video that we did last week where we went into significant depth over with these phrasal verbs. Okay, it was a very long class. And this one I think is going to be a little bit shorter so that we can get a little bit more Q&A in. So I want to move on. Let's do some vocabulary. This is the speaking section, okay? This is our speaking/typing section, all right? So here's what I want you to do, okay? I want you to look at the questions in the middle. Hold on, I'm going to come out here. I want you to look at the questions in the middle of all of the pictures, okay? And I would like you to answer the questions as best you can, as quickly as you can, in a full a sentence as you can, all right? And if I see any errors or any mistakes in your sentences, then I'll correct them on the fly, okay? So I want to direct it towards the topic towards online shopping, and here we go. I'm going to get out of the way. Let me, 1 second, get me out of the way. And have a look at any of these, have a look at these questions and then type your answers into the chat box. Hello, Sergio. How are you doing? So, Sergio, if you came just a little bit late, what we're doing is I'm asking you these questions. Do you do any online shopping? What do you usually buy online? And would you buy any of these items online? Of course, nowadays, with everybody sort of stuck at their house, yeah, I think a lot of people are doing some online shopping that have never done online shopping before. Other people are very nervous about it or very hesitant to do online shopping. I, for one, love online shopping. I have to say that unfortunately, I might be unhealthily addicted to online shopping. Yeah, it's just so convenient and so easy. I'm here now down at the bottom, but I kind of blend in the background. I don't really like it very much, but I'll have to figure that out in another video. Um, do you do any online shopping? I know that some of it, if you don't, because you're maybe too young, you haven't got a credit card, or you've never done it, do you know anybody who does do online shopping or who has bought something that's not, let's say, a hotel reservation or an airline ticket? Yeah, I think a lot of people will go and they feel comfortable buying airline tickets or reserving a hotel through different online platforms. That's not what I'm looking for. I want to know, have you ever bought a shirt online? Isabel, I don't usually do online shopping because you prefer going to the physical store. Okay. In order to try on clothes or just see the product on live, but I did online shopping once or twice and I bought clothes. Very good. Uh, there we go. Okay. So hello T. Yes, big brain. I'm Brad. That's me. All right. Very good. About Isabel, one quick thing I wanted to point out on live, we don't say if you want to see the product in front of you, okay, or hold it in your hands. I just want to see and feel the product. I want to touch the product, or I want to um, see it with my own eyes. Okay, that's what we would probably say, something along those lines. Sacha usually buys things, repeated things for school, but she just asks us for things that we don't have at home. Okay, yeah, sure. Santi, I believe it's very convenient nowadays because we are very busy. Yeah, good. Um, Buying things online is very convenient. Yeah, Santi, what do you usually buy if you buy something online? Tommy, very good. Yes, I do believe it's very convenient nowadays because we were very busy. Good. Santi. Oh, right. I already read Santi's. Face to face with the seller. Okay. Yeah. Alejandro says face to face. I like that expression. Okay. Absolutely. In person. In person. That's another way of doing it. Yeah. You could say I like shopping or being in person in the store. Um, Another word, the physical store, Isabel said. Yeah, you can say the physical store, absolutely. I like being in the shop, in the actual physical shop. A lot of times when you refer to online versus offline, we would say the brick and mortar. Yeah, brick is ladrillo and mortar is mortero. So, like the construction materials for going and building the building. So, the brick and mortar versus online shopping. Usually go to the store. Sometimes my parents have bought some clothes. Okay. Buying clothes is a little dangerous because you never know if it's going to fit you or not, right? I hate online shopping. Oh no, Irene, you hate online shopping. You're really bad with computers, and I just bought once online, and it was socks for your mom. Okay, good. I hope she enjoyed her socks. Yeah, that's fantastic. Okay, buying socks. Really bad with computers. Yeah, if you're not good with computers, it could be a little bit dangerous shopping. Christina, I usually buy in online shops. That's a little confusing, Christina. I usually buy in online shops, or I usually buy online, or I usually shop online because I haven't got time, or I haven't time to go to the shops. Okay, you haven't got time to go to the shops. Be careful with the for. I haven't time for I can go. No, okay? So I haven't got time to go to the shops or for going to the shops. Rosa, usually, okay? I don't usually buy online. I don't usually go shopping online or do my shopping online or do online shopping, Sergio, because I prefer going shopping. No, going to shopping? No, I prefer going shopping and seeing the things, seeing and see things and choose what I like at that moment. Okay, lo que in the Spanish, don't forget, is what I like at the moment, and choose what I like at the moment. You buy things with an app, sure. Okay, I use Amazon app almost ridiculously too much. It's way too easy to sit on your sofa and then you just start scrolling through, and then all of a sudden, bloop, you've got like a new pair of headphones. Buying online can be a hoax. Absolutely. You have to be very careful sometimes. Very good observation, Alejandro. It could be a hoax. You never know if you're going to buy like something that's a knockoff. Yeah, which means that it's copied from the original. A knockoff Gucci bag is not a real Gucci bag, for example. Or if it's just not good quality, you don't know. And that's why I think a lot of you are saying that you like being in the brick and mortar shop and just being able to like touch it, feel it, see it, look at the quality, talk to a shop assistant about it. Okay. It can be quite time consuming to go shopping in person. Absolutely. There's always a risk. You can receive. All right. Be careful of your spelling. I know we make some typos, so I'm not gonna point out every single spelling mistake because I think people, when they're type, you just are going to make mistakes. Receive, be careful with the I and the E. Defective products, especially with technological devices. Yes, okay, defective, not defectuous. I prefer one of physical shops because you can return the purchased product. Well, Sacha, I mean, you can return to Amazon. You can return your products to a lot of online shops. I know, for example, my daughters bought some things from Zara online, from Zara, and not only can you return it, but you can order it online and you can go to the shop to return it. You don't have to go and do all the hassle of the post and all of that stuff. Okay, excellent. What about food? Has anybody bought food online? I mean, like, do you order Domino's online, or do you order Burger King online, or do you order from I don't know, there's like a food ordering service where you can order from like any restaurant. They go to the restaurant and they pick it up for you and they bring it back to your house. Has anybody ever ordered food online? I know we tend to order pizza almost every Friday. We like our pizza nights in my house. Anybody order from, I don't know, any other types of restaurants or? Okay, don't buy fruit online. Yeah, sure. You order all your ingredients online in China. In China, okay. Hello, China. We're very good. I won't be able to help you in China, or in Chinese, but I can do all my best in if there's a word that you're missing. Yeah, with an app. Okay. When you say ingredients, Tommy, do you mean like what type of ingredients for cooking? Like your cooking ingredients, your salt, your pepper, and things like that, or you mean like your produce, like your lettuce and your onions and potatoes and things like that? Chinese food, okay. When you order Chinese food, is it online, Rosa, or is it with the phone? I usually go to the restaurant. Okay. Oh, he's vegan. Okay, Tommy's vegan. So I don't know if that's easy or difficult in China. I have no idea. A friend of mine has an app for deliveries, and she tells me it's very practical and quick. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, very good. All right, fantastic, wonderful. All right, well, let's move on, and let's see what we got next. So you've warmed up a little bit. Now, I want you to have a look at, we're going to take a look at reading and use of English part 2 of the gap fill, or of the exams, which are on the B2 and the C1 exams. They're both the same. Remember that what you want to do on this part of the exam is, I'm going to put myself back on the other side though, because I feel weird on that side. I have to admit, I don't know why. I'm blocking something a little bit, but I'll get smaller. It's a bit silly, but it is the way I am. I don't know why. Okay, so now I'm really tiny down here in the corner. Oh no, the other way. Okay. So hello. Reading and use of English part 2. Pizza, prefer to go to the restaurant. Yeah, that makes sense. Hello, Christina. Did I say hello already to Christina? I don't remember. Hello, Christina. Again, if I did. On part 2, you have to fill in the gap. Now, what you're going to do on this part of the exam, and I'm sure that many of your teachers have told you already how to approach this part. You want to read the text as quickly as possible. It's not a long text. It's maybe 250, maybe 300 words long. That's very quick, very fast. You want to go over the words that are missing. What I mean by, just don't worry about the words that are missing when you're reading it the first time. All you want to do is get a general idea. Then when you go back the second time, now you're going to think, okay, what kind of word goes in this space? Is it a preposition? Is it an adjective, an adverb? Is it a participle or an auxiliary verb? Is it a quantifier? Okay, is it a linker? Okay, is it an article? What are we looking to put in here? Now, most of the time, 99% of the time, these are what they call the grammar words. Okay, the grammar words are usually not going to be main verbs, and they're not, they're not going to be nouns per se. They're just not going to be dog or door or something like that. Okay, remember, there's only one word per gap, and I cannot stress this enough. Write your answer on your answer sheet in capital letters. I'm going to make myself nice and big so I can say that again. Write the answer on your answer sheet in capital letters, big letters, huge letters. Well, not physically huge, but capital letters, okay? Remember, this exam is read by a computer. The computer will read the letters. If the letters are not only small, but everybody has a different way of sort of writing these letters, it could make it that you have a correct answer read incorrectly, and they'll take a point off of your exam. So if you write it in standard capital letter, the machine won't have a problem, and we won't be doubting when we get your results back, did the machine read it correctly or not? Okay, so remember, write it in capital letters. Yeah, I have invigilated a lot of exams. I have seen a lot of people take these exams, and I have seen a lot of people write their answers in small letters. Now we can help them, we can be careful. You have to write it in big letters, but we can't do it for you. So you have to make sure you do that. Okay, capital letters, and I put that in capital letters. Okay, as I'm explaining the parts of the exam for the first certificate, for the advanced certificate, if you have a doubt about this part of the exam, throw it into the comments area, into the chat area. I keep mixing up comment and chat. Throw it into the chat area, and I'll answer them as soon as I can. Okay, if you have a doubt, can we use this? Can we do this? Can we do that? Okay, for example, contractions. Are contractions considered one word? Well, you're not gonna have to put in a contraction in part 2, for example. All right. The only exception would be if it's like cannot, which might be one word, but usually they're not gonna ask for anything with a contraction. Oops, wrong button. Okay, so time to practice. Okay, I want everybody to have a look at the text. I want you to read the text as quickly as possible. You've got about, let's say, a minute. I want you to be able to read the text in a minute, maybe a minute and a half. Then I want you to go back and we're going to go through one at a time, thinking about the type of word and the answer to the word. And again, I want it to be interactive. So please type what you think the answers are in the chat box and we can all do this together. Okay? So 1 minute of me being silent. Okay, so what do we got? So I'm back here and I'm not in the way. I think actually, you know what? Let's take a look at number 1. And I've done this on purpose where we've got, there we go. Now I'm on the other side again. Okay. So I love shopping. I love shopping online. I can't get enough. So we have the expression or the collocation that goes with enough. And obviously this is a quantifier. Yeah, to get enough. Who can, all right, now's the time to start throwing me answers, okay? If you haven't got through the entire text, take your time. It's not going anywhere. It's right there. And now I want you to help me fill in the spaces, okay? So whenever you want, throw in a word into the chat box and we will go through this little by little. Isabel says of. You can't get enough of it. Yes, very good, Isabel. Very good. I can't get enough of it. I buy something at Irene least once a day and sometimes more. You girls are on a roll. Rosa, there's so number Rosa, I don't know what number you're answering. Sacha, there are so many there. No, Sacha, be careful. Yeah, because you have there is. Yeah, you're not sure. Okay, good. So let me explain it then very quickly, Sacha. Because you've got there is and variety is not plural, okay? So we know that it's countable or it's uncountable, okay? So there is so much, there you go, Santi. There is so much variety and you can easily compare prices from hundreds of stores or vendors. You could say from or between. You could compare prices between vendors. Irene, compare prices of hundreds of vendors. Nope, I think again we're going to compare it between. I can compare this between this and this. Between the two, one is more expensive than the other. Going down to number 5. I don't really like being in crowds, so I'd rather stay home and take. Oh, this is another phrasal verb. Number 4, 2. Compare prices to hundreds. Okay, so good question, Maytube. You can compare something to another thing, absolutely. But again, if you're trying to, I can compare, for example, El Corte Inglés to Carrefour. Okay, I can compare one to the other. But if I'm going to take something from both of them, then I want to compare between the two and find out which one is more expensive or cheaper. Okay, so um, when I'm trying to figure out which one is the more expensive or the better or the cheapest or whatever, then I'm comparing between the two of them until I get the adjective, the expensive, the cheap, the better. Then I can compare one to the other. 5, control. Take control of. No, Alejandro. 5, I can take part of it all. No. Isabel is saying up. Take up of it all. No. Number 5 seems to have everybody stumped. Stumped. Yeah, confused or as if it's impossible. Oh, Santi tried to send me something, but then he retracted it. Message retracted. All right. Any other guesses for number 5? So we take care of something. I can take care of all of it. I can take care of it all from the comfort of my sofa. Yeah? I can do everything from the comfort of my sofa. When will you take care of this? When will you do this? Okay? So the answer for number 5 is take care. Oh, okay, Irdene, you got it. Very good. She wasn't sure, but she got it. All right. I can take time. No, be careful. Take care of it all from the comfort of my sofa. I buy clothes, books, and electronics all online. I haven't been to a supermarket for the last 2 months. It's true you have to be the lookout. So here's a collocation. This is an expression. To be the lookout. What word is going to go here? Hello, Elisa. Okay, take care is not like look after. Yeah, okay, it can be as well. Yeah, good question, Maytube. To take care of your little brother, take care of your parents, for example, if somebody is feeling sick. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Remember, it has more than one definition. So here we've got to take care of an action or to take care of a task means to do the task. When are you going to take care of the dishes? When are you going to take care of the dishes? And it means when are you going to do something with the dishes? Are you going to wash them? Are you going to load the dishwasher? When are you going to take care of them? The car's broken. When are you going to take care of the car? Okay, when are you going to do the car? When are you going to fix the car? Okay, Maybell, I hope, or Maybell, sorry, Maytube, I hope that answers your question a little bit. You're absolutely right. Take care and look after are the same in the sense of cuidar, or to watch someone and make sure that they are okay. Babies, sick people, somebody who is sick. I don't mean to say sick people, etc. All right, Santi, it's true you have to be on the lookout. Yes, very good, Santi, on the lookout. To be on the lookout means to be careful and to sort of like have one eye scanning the area. To be on the lookout means to be very careful, be very wary, and be very observant. Also, you have to watch out for thieves. Spot on, Alejandro. Yes, very good. You have to watch out for thieves trying to steal your bank or credit card details. I'm a very busy person and I can save money, time, and energy. Irene says, by shopping online. Yes. Excellent, Irene. I can save it. I can save energy by shopping online. Okay, so there are the 8. You guys did really well. Okay, we made some mistakes, but hey, if you don't make mistakes, you're not going to learn, right? So I you know what? And I didn't. I haven't given you the answers. On, out, and by. Okay, very good. I need to be able to keep up with this with you. You're way too fast. Okay, good. As you can see, we have some prepositions, we have phrasal verbs, we have collocations, we have quantifiers. We've got a little bit of everything in here, and that's what can come up on the exam. So moving into our next section, I want to look at can, could versus be able to. Okay, can and could versus be able to. And the differences between or when to use one or the other, because although in some instances, yes, we can use them interchangeably, they are synonyms, they can be used to one or the other. There are some moments when you must use one or the other, or you cannot use one or the other. So in general, when you're talking about can and could, and I'm just gonna, I'm gonna stay like that. When you talk about can and could, something that is or was generally possible for me to do, okay? Like I was able to do it. I had the ability, I could do the action, okay? It was generally possible. I can usually drive to work in 20 minutes. Yeah. I can usually, me personally, I can usually walk to work in about 20 seconds. I live right down the road. We could see the Mona Lisa perfectly. I should have put Mona Lisa in capital to start Mona Lisa. I think it should be capitalized, no? Capital M-O-N-A? Yeah. We could see the Mona Lisa perfectly, okay? We were able to see it. It was generally possible for us to see the Mona Lisa perfectly. We were able to see the Mona Lisa perfectly. Yeah, I can say that as well, okay? Changes the tone a little bit, or changes the meaning just a little bit, not too much. But now let's look at when you have to use be able to, and you cannot use can or could. So when you manage to do something, but with some degree of difficulty, okay, it wasn't very easy to do what you did, but you could do it. You were able to do it. So I was able to get to work after a 45-minute drive. Normally it takes me 20 minutes. Yeah, I can get to work in 20 minutes every day. But today, I was able to get here, but only after a big traffic jam. Okay, so I could do it, but it was difficult. I was able to do it. And that's when you use be able to. Okay, we were able to see the Mona Lisa even with all of those people there. There were so many people, but it wasn't a problem. We were able to see it. Oh, fantastic. You got to see the Mona Lisa. And here, I did capitalize Mona Lisa. Well, I think it should be capitalized. That's just my opinion. We were able to see the Mona Lisa. I think that's clear. Okay, so we use can and could when it's generally possible. And if it's possible, but it was difficult to do, or it is difficult to do, like whatever, now, then we use to be able to, okay? And remember that the infinitive of can is be able to. Now, I don't have my chalkboard here, and I forgot to make a slide about this one, but to give you a perfect example, when you use a modal verb and you use the infinitive after the modal verb, so for example, should, yeah, we don't say never, you should, can, blah, 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 blah. No, you say you should be able to go out after dinner. You should be able to go out after dinner. Or maybe with must. You must be able to see the moon tonight. You must. It's right there. You must be able to see it. Must be. No must can. Right? And might. I might be able to go out later. Might be able to go out. We don't say might can. Okay, so when you use the infinitive of can, we use be able to. And with the passive voice as well, yeah, if you have to use the infinitive. Okay, I hope that's clear. If it's not clear, well, fortunately, this is a video and you can watch it again, or now is the time to ask me a question in the chat if you're not sure about the usage of can, could, and be able to. And when I say be able to, obviously I'm talking about I am able to, you are able to, he is able to, and I was able to, you were able to, so in the present and the past. Okay, I just put be so I didn't have to conjugate the verb to be so much. All right, that's clear. So let's move on, and here's another practice session that I want you to participate in. I think this is our third one, and we have 4, so we're doing well. Here we have a blank, and I want you to think if it should be can, could, or some form of be able to, okay, in the present or in the past or in the future or whatever. So can, could, or future. That's another good point, actually, that I just thought of. If you want to speak about possibility in the future, well, then you have to use be able to, because we use will or going to make the future. So that's an auxiliary verb. I will be able to come to the party after all. You don't say I will can. I'm going to be able to leave the house after I finish dinner. I'm going to be able to. You don't say I'm going to can, right? Going to can, out. So when you use the infinitive, it's be able to. Again, this is just free for all, okay? I'm opening this up. Anytime that we go into a time to practice section, I want you to feel free. What does juggle mean? Very good. So juggle is when you have 3 objects or more and you're throwing them in the air, and I think I might be able to juggle here. The first 3 things I grabbed, okay? So to juggle, all right? Julian, welcome, and hello, Julian. I can juggle well if I concentrate hard enough. Okay, so grammatically, Julian, you're absolutely correct. And yes, a lot of people are going to say, I can juggle if I concentrate hard enough. But the clue, the key is in the definition I just explained right now, if I concentrate hard enough, which means it's not easy to do. It's not easy for me to do. So, in fact, I'm going to say I'm able to juggle. Like if I really concentrate, I'm able to juggle if I concentrate hard enough. All right? Can you juggle? Well, I'm able to do it, but only if I concentrate. Like it's really difficult for me to manage to do it. All right? Can you juggle? Well, if you ask somebody, can you juggle? It means, do they have the ability to juggle? Can they do it sort of readily? All right? So, Julian, yes, you're going to be able to say that. That's not a problem. But remember, if it is a little bit on the difficult side, if it is a little bit of a challenge to do the activity, then it's going to be able to. We're able to do it. Okay? Number 2. Okay, you don't have to wait for me. I will be able to see this whenever you want to just throw any answers in, and I'll get to them as we go. You know, even if you want to jump ahead, I can read or further on. She couldn't sleep because she was so worried. Again, Sergio, Elisa, couldn't. Yes. Okay, we can use that. Absolutely. Alejandra says wasn't able to. Okay. And it seems that couldn't is winning. But again, there we go. She couldn't sleep because she was so worried. She wasn't able to sleep. I'll give that to Alejandro and Julian. Yeah? Okay, she couldn't sleep because she was so worried. We're really splitting hairs here. Do you know this expression, to split hairs? I don't know if it's the same in Spanish or any languages that you may speak, but to split hairs, yeah, means to just make very, 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 very small differences. Yeah, that sometimes most people, and certainly the vast majority of the vast majority of native speakers are not even going to notice the difference between if you say she couldn't sleep because she was so worried or she wasn't able to sleep because she was so worried. Okay, she doesn't have a degree of difficulty. Yeah, no, exactly. Okay, so Alejandro, she has a degree of difficulty of trying to fall asleep. Yeah, absolutely. So I would say that even though I put here couldn't, yeah, I can see where you're going to argue that it was not able to, or she wasn't able to sleep because she was so worried. And in fact, anytime that you can't sleep, usually, well, it's because it's difficult, yeah, to fall asleep. Number three, was not able to. Even after begging my parents for an hour, I wasn't able to go to the concert. Okay? And I think you can see the parallels between 2 and 3. Now, here's where I'm going to start being a little stricter. In number 2, I can give you number 2 where we can go either way, couldn't or wasn't able to. But in number 3, I'm going to say no, I don't want you to use couldn't in number 3. Okay? Because here it's very clear that she's had difficult time. Okay? She's begging her parents. She wasn't able to go to the concert. Okay? Very good, Isabel. Very good, Sergio. She wasn't able to go to the concert. Shoot for number 4. Aha. My advanced guy is coming through here. We're able to, could. Good. Santi got it here, yes. I could have studied longer, but I was too tired. Okay? So the clue here with studied, remember if we want to use it with auxiliary or in the past, if you want to use it in the past, you got to say could have studied. Yo podría haber. Very good, Julian. I could have studied longer, but I was too tired. Okay, so if in this sentence, Sacha, if you don't put have, what happens? Okay, so it would be wrong. It would be grammatically wrong because if I got my pointer here, because we've got the ed, okay, that's giving us a clue. And if you say I could studied longer, that doesn't make sense. Okay, I could study longer, but I'm too tired. That would be correct if it was in the present, but it's not. It's in the past. It's in the past. So I could have studied longer, but I was too tired. I hope that explains it, Sacha. Number 5. Although the supermarket was so crowded, they were able to get some essentials for the weekend. Awesome. Very good, Santi. Very good, Julian. Very good, Sacha. Number 6, how were you able to see me? I was behind the door. Very good, Irene, for not forgetting the you. Okay, and I did put it there in parentheses so you could use it. You definitely do not want to forget the subject. Okay, this is not an exam task. Okay, so don't worry about that. But definitely don't forget your subjects. How were you able to see me? Very good, Irene. And our last one, number 7. We all had to walk, but at least everyone could see the stage well, says Santi. Could. Anybody agree with Santi? Isabel says we were able to. So we've got the 2 possibilities. Which one is going to be correct? Woo! Anybody else going to jump in here? Was able to, could, okay, good. So the answer is could, and the key word here that's giving us the answer is well. If you could see the stage well, there's not a problem, okay? You could see it well, all right? Only if you were struggling to see would you use we were able to see, yeah? I had to jump on somebody's shoulders, but I was able to see. Okay, be careful, Julian, because everyone, sorry, not Julian. Be careful, Isabel, and yes, you corrected it, and you wrote everyone was, but no, we want to say everyone could see the stage well. Okay, we had to walk, but you could see it well. So that wasn't a problem. All right, very good. All right, I hope that's clear. It's probably not. It's probably a little bit murky. Murky is like cloudy. We use murky to speak about water that's cloudy. All right. So if you have a fish tank that's very dirty, and you say the water is very murky, or if you see the water is very clear and you hit the water and then there's lots of dirt and dust that causes you say, okay, this is very murky water. So when an idea is murky or something like this, then you would say, okay, it's a little bit murky for me, so I'm not sure. You can't see it very clearly. Takes a little bit of practice, okay? The can, the could, and the wasn't, and to be able to. And we can review it again next week if you have any questions or if you have any doubts, shoot them here in the comments. Now let's look at part 4, which I know a lot of my students love, which is the sentence transformation. Okay, sentence transformation. You know that you're given a sentence, and here we have an example of, darn it, I'm in the way again. 1 second. I'm out of the way now. So you have a sample sentence. Then they give you a word. I'm going to make myself bigger. There we go. Hello again. So then you got a sample sentence, then you've got a word in bold, and then you've got a sentence with a space in it. Okay? Now, you have to write the second sentence so that it has the same meaning as the first sentence. On the first certificate, this is done using 2 to 5 words. On the advanced certificate, it's between 3 and 6 words. Sergio, thank you very much. Bye. Thank you for coming, and I hope to see you again next week. So the ones that I've made for you today can have anywhere between 2, as in the first certificate, and 6 as the advanced certificate. Okay, so for today, for these purposes, you can do between 2 and 6. I'm not telling you that they have 2 or 6. I'm saying that those are all of the possibilities that we have. So what to remember, yeah? Keep the tense the same. If it's present perfect, then think in the present perfect. If it's the future, then it should be in the future. If it's the past, then it should be in the past. Keep the tense the same. You must use the word given as it is given. You cannot change the word, okay? So if it's able, you don't use ability. You don't use inability. You don't use ably, you have to use able or not unable. You cannot change the word. All right, that's very important. You change the word and it all falls apart. It all goes to pot. Okay? I eventually created a solution to the problem. I think we all know this one. I was able to come up with a solution to the problem. So we have was able to, and we use our able, and then the phrasal verb come up, because that goes with to come up with a solution, to invent or to create a solution. Okay, so I was able to come up with a solution to the problem. And with the was able, we have the eventually built in to the was able to, and was able to come up. 5 words. Okay? And that's how you do that. Here are some sentences, and I think we only have 3 or 4. And yeah, we've got 4. So, and this is the last one that we're going to do today to have a look at. They're going to be related to what we just did with can, could, be able to, and our phrasal verbs. So they're not just randomly picked out of the air. Oh, and I'm in the way again. Okay, hold on a second. I have to have one eye looking down here and one eye looking down here, and sometimes it gets a little bit difficult. So I'm going to do this off camera, and you all can listen to me, and we'll do this. If you use, we have a question. If you use give with a solution, like dar con la solución. Ooh, Alejandro, you got me. If you use give with a solution. Can you, Alejandro, ask me that question again, but maybe in different terms, because I don't understand. If you're asking for the translation, I don't really get it, because give with a solution, that really doesn't make sense in English. Number 1, Micah hasn't been successful in returning his TV to the shop. Micah hasn't been able to. Okay, Santi says return. Julian says return. Maytube says give. But remember, we had 2 words that we used before to talk about when you return something. When you return something to the store, okay? And it isn't give. Yeah, Maytube, very good, spot on, okay? So Micah hasn't been able to bring his TV back or take his TV back to the store. And for those of you who put return back, that doesn't work. Fui capaz de dar con, vale, I was able to give with a solution to the problem. No, okay, Alejandro, I get you now. I was able to give with a solution to the problem. That doesn't work. Okay, to give with, that doesn't work. Those words don't collate together. They don't go together. To give with. I was able to come up with or figure out or determine or create. Those are all different kinds of ways of saying to invent, to come up with, but to give with a solution, that doesn't translate. So number 2, he was lucky he didn't fall. He was being very careful. He was lucky because he could have fell, says Julian, could have fell down, says Isabel. We're not quite there yet. Irene says could fall down. No. Okay, it's in the past. So how did we do it in the past? Santi says could have fallen. Yes. It's in the past, and when we use the could in the past, it's could have fallen. He was lucky, which is in the past. He could have fallen. He wasn't being very careful. He could have fallen or he could have fallen down. Both of those work, and I should have included down, but I didn't. I forgot. Number 3, Sacha has said take. I think, Sacha, you didn't finish your sentence. Did he manage to explain it to you well enough? Did he manage to explain it to you well enough? So manage to. Manage to. What? The 4th is. Oh dear. Irene, you're awesome. That's embarrassing. Okay. So yeah. Number 4 is done. Oh man. Oh dear. Well, I knew it would be too good to go through this without making any mistake at all. Oh man. Okay, well, let's do number 3 anyway. And what can I say? I'm not perfect on that one. I dropped the ball on that one. And let me. Can't really fix it. Not without going out of the program. So I apologize for that. Number 4 is already done, but number 3, we still haven't got number 3. The hospital isn't able to handle all of the patients. I'm reading number 4. The hospital can't deal with so many patients. So yeah, I hope you can see how that was done anyway. And sorry about that. So what about number 3? Sacha's not sure about number 3. Nobody wants to give number 3 a go. We're thinking. It's not an easy one. It's not an easy one because now in number 3, I have combined the phrasal verb with the can, could, be going to. So you got to kind of think. Maytube. Was he able to take down it well enough? No. Okay. I like the was able to. Was able to. Was he able to? And that'll give you half a point. Remember, in part 4, each answer is worth 2 points. Okay. So they will give you, for example, in this instance, if you're able to use able to, that's 1 point. And then if you're able to use the phrasal verb correctly, that's another point. So even if you only get, for example, in Maytube's answer, able to take down, she got able to correct. That's 1 point. The take down, incorrect. So out of the 2 points, you would get 1. Able to take in, no. Again, Santi would get 1 point. Irene, 1 point. And Rosa, you got 1 point, but Rosa is the closest one so far. Yeah? We're missing, Rosa, you're missing 1 word. So that's a clue for everybody else. Yeah, you can steal an idea from Rosa. Rosa is missing 1 word. There you go. Julian gotcha. Julian got it. Able to take you through. So was he able to take you through it well enough? Remember, to take someone through somebody, or to take someone through something, is to go step by step through a process. Okay? I will take you through how to make a tortilla, Spanish omelet. I'll take you through the process. Okay? And Don't forget, we need the subject, especially since it's in the original question. Did he manage to explain it to you well enough? And the managed to is are able to. Sorry about number 4. I knew that I was going to drop the ball somewhere. Okay, drop the ball means to make a mistake, but there's the answer anyway, which is already there. And yeah, so has anybody got any questions or doubts about this part of the exam? If you do, now is the time to ask me, because we have basically finished. Okay, and thank you. If you've got any comments or concerns or questions or whatever, you can reach me here at my email address. You can find us on Instagram, or of course here on YouTube, or you can go over to the website. Although I will have to say the website is under construction right now, so things are changing constantly with that. Thank you. Please, if you haven't already subscribed, you can subscribe down below to the channel. Tell your friends, family, and any of your classmates who may have been left out of any academies who have closed down here in Spain. Everybody is going through a tough time. Thank you, Isabel. That's very kind. Hello, Deathlaw, and thank you for coming. Deathlaw, you should have participated a little bit more. That would have been awesome to have you involved. Has anybody got any questions? I'm more than willing to hang out here for another 10 or 15 minutes. And if you've got any questions or comments, feel free to ask. Also, whatever, if you just want to chit-chat for a while. Thank you, Irene. I love you as well. Take care of yourself. Please stay healthy. Don't do anything crazy. Thank you, Santi. Okay. Obviously, this isn't the best way. I think being in front of all of my students, I much prefer. But, you know, in certain times, you just kind of have to do what you have to do, right? I mean, you got to do what you got to do, as we say. I like that with the, that's kind of cool. Sacha, I didn't know that emoji existed. But yeah, like I said, you got to do what you got to do. Thank you, Alejandro, and I'll see you next Thursday. Absolutely, where we'll do another B2 C1 class, and treat this like class. Yeah, I mean, this is a time when you can come with your notebook, open your notebook, take notes, ask me questions. The only problem is it's not very interactive because well, because of the delay with the YouTube, but it's the best we got. Good night, Rosa. Nice shades, Deathlaw. Bye, Irene. Cat in a box? Okay. I don't know some of these emojis. You guys are teaching me some things, that's for sure. Okay. Julian, thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. Another cat in a box. All right, Alejandro, you like cats in boxes. I guess that's what YouTube was built on, right? Cats in boxes. That's how it all started. Thank you, Deathlaw. I appreciate it. I hope everybody is staying safe. Yes, Maytube, please. Ask away. I'm going to come back to my big screen and then I can sort of see you a little better and we can talk a little better. What's the difference between work and work something out? Okay. So to work something out is basically if you have a puzzle or a complicated problem and you need to sort of unscramble or fix the problem, you need to work out the steps to fix the problem. So you're trying to find the different steps in order to get to the solution of your problem or your puzzle, to work it out. Okay? A synonym of workout would be to figure out. I think you're going on that lines, but I mean, workout can also be to do exercise. So I don't know which one you're going for, but I'm going to assume the first one and not doing exercise. So to figure it out or to solve a problem, to work it out. Okay. The difference between work and work out, well, to work is just basically to do the work. Okay, it's the verb as it is, trabajar, and you say like it doesn't work out. Anda, okay. It doesn't work out. Now you got me. Okay, now I got you. So in the sentence, like it doesn't work or it doesn't work out. I understand now. Okay, give me 10 seconds to bat that around in my head and then I will get it to you. So let's see. Right, okay, I got it. So if I was to say like something didn't work out, usually I had it planned a certain way, or the idea was that it was going to go a certain way and the result was different than the plan, I would use work out. Okay, so my plan, and again, what I said before about a process, yeah, when you try to work out a problem, you need to go through the process. So I put a process or a plan in motion, and if it didn't give me the result I was expecting, it didn't work out. Okay, um, I think that if you're just experimenting with something and say, "Whoa, that didn't work," it would be work. Can you use them interchangeably? Yeah, I'm I'm sure that in a lot of instances, people will say, "Well, that didn't work," or "That didn't work out," interchangeably. So I really wouldn't worry too much about the difference. But again, splitting hairs, which I defined before, um, if we're splitting hairs, I think I would use workout for something that was unexpected from a result that I had expected. I hope that cleared it up for you, Maytube. Please give me a thumbs up if you think that cleared it up. If not, I'm really sorry. I think that's the best I can do with um, so quickly. So if anybody has anything else, if not, then it's not a problem. We can wrap this up. And I think that dinner will probably be waiting for me when I get home. No problem. Okay, wonderful, Maytube. Thank you. Okay, so unless anybody else has a question, I think that we're gonna call this a night. Thank you very much. Please stay safe. Have a good weekend as much as you can, and yeah, I'll see you next week, Thursday, when we'll be doing another lesson. I'll review what we did today a little bit more. We'll look a little bit more at some other parts of the exams. And yeah, as I always say, stay safe and take care. Good night.